I'd like you to meet Peter Petrochko. Did I get that
Yes, you did.
pronunciation
Thank you.
correctly? Good. I'd like Peter to just start talking about some of these lovely, lovely objects.
Well, thank you. First of all, I've always been close to nature ever since I was a little kid. So there's a direct link between my love for nature and working with wood. In the late 70s, when I got my new bandsaw, I was playing around with it, and with the bandsaw, there's a table where you can cut wood straight, or you can tilt the table, and you can cut angular pieces. So from a flat board, this is the last piece, and the one on the outside is the first piece. I'm setting this up backwards just to show it to you. Each one of these rings is cut one at a time on an angle, and it's cut in such a way that it'll stack over and make a three-dimensional form.
Wow.
And so this is a very green technique, because you're not using much resource to make something a lot larger. Now this is the easy part. Because it's not round, once it's constructed, you cannot turn it on a lathe. So there's a lot of oddball grinding and sanding to get it to a finished state.
Wow.
And this is how I made this piece, and this technique also allowed me to make this piece over here.
Wow.
This piece is
Wow.
was hand carved with a chainsaw from a large round burl, which came from a big leaf maple tree which grew in Oregon. And it became much more difficult than I thought. And with the chainsaw, I hollowed the inside, carving about 3,000 cuts across the piece, around
3,000?
and around, about 3,000 cuts.
Goodness.
And then I come in with grinders and sanders and finish it all up. So even though
Wow.
it looks like it was turned on a lathe, it was not.
Wow.
And
What gives it this, oh, look at this. It's beautiful everywhere.
well, the reason why I left the edge so thick is because I love this sculptural aspect of it. And this is nature's way of holding on the bark. All these bumps that you see had spikes that extended outward like little needles.
Yes.
And those needles hold the bark onto the burl.
Here's another piece of Peter's that caught my eye. Can you tell us something about this?
Yeah, this is all hand carved as well. It looks like it might have been turned. This is ambrosia bark beetle maple. What happens here is the beetle enters, let me hold this for a second. The beetle enters the edge of the bark and tunnels its way into the tree as the tree is alive. And it doesn't harm the tree, but in the summer, when the fungus is active, the fungus gets into the beetle holes and it reacts with the tree, and there's a fungus that develops, and it causes the different marks. So this is a complete natural process, with the beetle entering the tree and then the fungus entering the tree and all this explosion of color, which is just amazing.
Golly,
So,
it's beautiful.
and another example of working with nature is this tower here. I start off with a solid log and I study that log. In this case, I decided that I wanted to carve 3 vertical trenches around the piece. And then I stood back and looked at it and I said, well, that's pretty nice, but I think I can do more. So at that point, I used a bandsaw to cut this apart into sections. And then I took certain sections out. And then all the sections that were coming back, I softened all the edges with sandpaper. And so this is a good example of working with nature. I mean, nature, leaving the bark. So I've maintained the integrity of the natural tree. If you look at the piece in the corner, this
In the far
this
corner, let me
white
get out
piece,
there.
this is white ash, and it's called the wedge. And as you notice, it has 10 spaces in there. And down below in one of the pedestals, I have the solid 10 pieces that will fill those spaces. So this is an interactive piece.
Well, I think that you've been able to see that Peter has created some truly beautiful works of art here. And if you would like information about how you can find these beautiful pieces, just click on the link below, which will take you directly to Peter's website. And if you have a suggestion for a great gift of the week, please leave a comment below. And if you have not yet subscribed to Great Gifts Across America, please do that as well. Thank you.